South Africa has become a playground for African countries. This is how we feel as citizens of this country. South Africa is like a movie. South Africa will shock you every day. South Africa will make you wonder, actually, are we in the African continent or are we in South Africa? We don't have a problem with diversity and having migrants and all of that, but there are critical questions that we should question and we should not leave them unquestioned. You know, I have been very curious about this whole issue of the South African Human Rights Commission, and I've been wondering who exactly do they represent. And my view was actually accurate. You know, we have been asking ourselves, all of us as citizens, especially content creators, that who are these people representing? And I've criticized, heavily criticized, and I even went to an extent of saying it's a useless organization. Yes, I was right. I can still repeat that South African Human Rights Commission is the most toothless arm of state. It doesn't serve any purpose. They are getting paid for doing absolutely nothing for the citizens of this country. And we have recently seen that it is actually headed by the migrants. That is why it's always on a constant attack on South African citizens. Now you question yourself, where is the president? Why did we have to appoint a migrant when we have lawyers in our country who can take up the position? As a South African young person sitting here, I feel more like we are being sidelined deliberately. So we have seen complaints from institutions of higher learning where Zimbabweans and Mozambican lecturers are being recruited, appointed, and South Africans are being sidelined. I think there's a mission to actually hijack the South African government. You know, I feel more like Africans feel like we owe them, then it's payback time for them. And we didn't realize, little did we know, that they are actually coming with a full force to attack us. It was not an issue of us accommodating them and working together as brothers and sisters. No, this is a clear attack to the South African society. They want to actually crush South Africans. So we become, we lose identity, you know, and we are dominated. We can see in the portfolios of employment, when you're working with a number of migrants, they will always dominate you and call you lazy. South Africans are lazy. South Africans are useless. We are reasoning too much and all of that. We are being sidelined. We are being pushed out, South Africa. And let's bless these movements like Operation Tutula, March and March, Action SA, and Patriotic Alliance should not really become enemies, because this is not time for them to become enemies. And sorry, I believe Gayton is needed in this critical time. We need Gayton McKenzie, because yes, I can confirm that there is some kind of an attack on the Patriotic Alliance. Let's not allow that as South Africans, because this will shift the focus of fighting illegal immigration. Because why would South African Human Rights Commission wants to charge Gayton on xenophobic? Because what he said was not actually xenophobic, was actually racist. And that can be corrected, by the way. It's not a big deal. It can be corrected. Just watch this video of a South African Human Rights Commissioner trying to communicate with us. I mean, how did you get here, South Africa? How?
Number of complaints were against the eThekwini municipality, and then Rustenburg, and then Polokwane, Cape Town, and Victor Kanye and Joel Habi district municipalities. Those were the 5 top respondents in terms of municipalities. And the last 2, they are both there. The graph shows 6, but I'm talking only of 5 because the last 2 are tied.
So the rumor has it that the gentleman is from Uganda, you know. So you leave Uganda, you come to our country, you take the job that South Africans. I mean, that is just simply being a lawyer. I mean, being a lawyer and advocate, you can be a commissioner, and you. I don't understand how come this gentleman came to this position. I'm questioning that. I want to understand: is it a rare skill? Is it the rare skill where we could not even find a South African? Then we had to actually go to Uganda to hire someone to become our commissioner for the South African human rights. In fact, this organization is actually the African Human Rights Commission. Then you go and you pronounce eThekwini as eThekwene, Rustenburg. You know, South Africa, we love our country. Ne? We don't want people to come and undermine us like that, especially with the president being quiet. And, you know, these ANC crooks, they knew that they appointed this man as a commissioner. And we have many, by the way, there. We have many Zimbabweans, Mozambicans in the South African Human Rights Commission. The last time I checked, I think we had overall in the government, we had more than 6,000 migrants who are working in the government. Is the employment for the government sector not reserved for South Africans? Well, it's a question that you'll never get any answer. Our government continues to fail us. The ANC, the likes of the EFF, which is regarded as some kind of a glorified movement, which is fighting. I don't know who they're fighting for now. And I don't want you South Africans to tell me that you still think the EFF represents South Africans. It doesn't. It doesn't. By the way, we've got Gayton McKenzie on the sidelines. And for this particular moment, we need to forget about his tweets and everything. We need to strategize politically and stand with him. We are not going to allow Julius Malema to create some kind of hatred. We understand he's not a perfect human being, but on this particular issue, we need to support Gayton McKenzie, because this is one of the most crucial engagement. And I saw EFF followers saying, celebrating that Gayton McKenzie is being charged for xenophobic. They can't even explain what is xenophobia. No.
But all the Zimbabweans working there, they must come to, we've got the list of them. We'll call them to court one by one. How they got into this country? How do they get a work permit? Is there not lawyers that they can hire? We are ready. I don't care if I spend 10 million rands on this matter. We are going to fight.
Amandla Patriotic Alliance, I stand with you, Mr. McKenzie, on this one. We need to dig deeper into this issue, because as young people of this country, we are sitting at home unemployed, yet we have migrants who are in our country and enjoying all the benefits of democracy. And these people, they honestly think we owe them, and it's payback time. And this is the reason why you see that level of arrogance, the likes of the Zimbabwean communication whatsoever. That chap who was talking nonsense there, sitting in Zimbabwe, saying Zimbabweans have got the right to be anywhere they want to, maybe illegally. Maybe that's what he was actually referring to, and saying from Cape to Cairo. You know, those are the most useless individuals that we should not listen to. And we should protect the Operation Tutula. We should protect much and much. And we should intensify actually the struggle, so that we dominate the spaces. When you see Julius Malema going to this Twitter handle and saying Operation Tutula are thugs and they must be dealt with by political killings task team and all of that, so they feel the heat. And he even say period, which means that it should definitely be done. You know, Julius Malema is colluding with his brothers and sisters there in Nigeria and Zimbabwe and wherever, so that he can fight South Africans. I'm still repeating, South Africans, be careful when you vote for this wolves in sheepskin. We've been saying that Julius Malema is a crook, But people continue to serve him. People continue to believe in him. Sorry. People continue to worship him. But it's a matter of time to see that this man, just imagine, out of our wildest dream, if Julius Malema becomes president, you will see a young Mugabe being groomed to become an autocratic leader and later to become a dictator. That chap is a ticking time bomb to South Africa. I don't know. I'll wait for your comments on this specific issue, that should we really have migrants running critical portfolios in our government sector? Where are South Africans? My simple question is, where are you, South Africans? Should we have this nonsense in our very own country? Yet you want to say we are running this country. Yet you want to say we are benefiting from the fruits of democracy. No, this is not on. It's not going to fly. And I know South Africans will do something about it. I'll see you next time, squatters. Thank you very much for watching my content. Those who have not subscribed, please subscribe. Let's keep moving. Sharp.